half in the bag.
Mike, why aren't you on your phone? You should be calling and texting people. Don't you realize it's the last day before the government shuts off the cell phone towers?
I know. They found out that the 5G network really is spreading coronavirus. Who the fuck cares? Fuck my cell phone. Everyone I know is dead anyway. Fuck!
Well, even still, today is a day of mourning. It's been exactly 1 month since China sent 500 naval ships filled with hundreds of thousands of people infected with the coronavirus to the beaches of California. They flooded the state, just fucking coughing on everyone, and now almost everyone in California is dead, and the virus is slowly making its way east.
Yeah, and yet still Disney is altering their movies to appeal to the Chinese market.
But think of all the celebrities we've lost. Who will be the guiding light to our wayward souls during these troubling times?
Come on, road, I can go. Let's go eat some fried fish.
Who will entertain us with their hilarious and uplifting videos filmed from inside their gigantic mansions?
Or doing a live stream where they talk about themselves, to raise money for bird sanctuary charities. The complete lack of worry on their smiling faces as they know deep in their hearts that they have enough money to never have to work again and to never leave their house if they don't need to. And it doesn't make me despise them at all.
Yeah, the truly tragic part is that without maids and groundskeepers, they'll have to clean their own homes. I get kind of choked up when I think about Bette Midler having to push a vacuum around her 40,000 square foot house. Hey, what are you watching?
Oh, I'm watching that new Invisible Man film in 4K, no less.
Mike, I don't think that...
Jay, just let me have this. Park it. It's a little wavy lines. Waiting. And my favorite scene. It's a scene when the Invisible Man is invisible. He's walking around doing stuff. He's up to no good, that Invisible Man.
Oh, just lost signal. No more cell phone service. This is just a paperweight now.
My phone's ringing. Hello? Mom and Dad? Oh boy, it sure is great to hear from you, especially after all those years ago when you told me that you no longer had a son. What's that? You're proud of me? I'm not an embarrassing failure? It's so good to have closure on this matter after all these years. Well, you two stay safe. Okay, bye. I'm getting a signal. Maybe you shouldn't have used Sprint.
Mike, I'm not getting any service. I really don't... never mind. Hey, since you're watching The Invisible Man, why don't we talk about that and some of the other things we've been watching while we're stuck in Mr. Plinkett's house?
What a great conclusion to this wacky setup. Stand your side of the fence. This chicken wire is medical grade. Nothing can pass through it. Not even droplets from coronavirus. What should I have to drink?
I'm going to drink another zombie dust. Remember before the quarantine when we didn't start drinking till after 3 p.m.?
Well, it's what, 7 a.m. now?
Yeah.
So is that really late from the night before or really early? Oh, fuck.
What are you doing over there? I can't see you through this fence.
You know what Robert Frost said? Fences make good neighbors. And fences keep out coronavirus! Well, the 5G network may be down, but streaming television isn't. All those servers running 24/7. We're polluting the air with so much carbon. It's like we're flying 20,000 jets every person every second.
Look, we're all stuck inside. What are we supposed to do? Read a book? Go for a walk? Foster animals? Donate to a charity? I want to watch Tiger King, damn it!
Well, you brought it up. You want to talk about Tiger King.
Everyone's talking about Tiger King. Tiger King.
It's not every day that a zookeeper went to prison for murder for hire.
There are more captive tigers in the U.S. than there are in the wild throughout the world.
You go ahead. I watched 3 episodes and I had to stop.
Oh, you got that far into it. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you said you watched a little bit of it. I assumed you watched the first episode and were like, fuck this. I'm not dealing with these people.
I was slightly interested, and then, it made me want to take a shower. It's really when they got into the one guy who was like a polygamist.
Yes.
And then,
yes. Yeah, the reaction to it has been weird because people are like making memes and like Joe Exotic he's this kooky guy, and it's like, no, he's a scumbag. All these people are horrible. It's a really dark, gross show, but people are reacting to it like it's this kooky thing, which is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Exotic, I think it was a fascinating story, but Joe Exotic is like, he's a scumbag. I mean, he's abusing these animals. He's grooming young men, young straight men, and like filling them with drugs. So you got him, you got Carol Baskin, who's complaining about Joe Exotic keeping these animals in tiny cages while she herself does the exact same thing.
She's also questionable.
And she's very questionable. She may have fed her first husband to a tiger. And then you get to the polygamous guy who's grooming young girls and has this fucking cult. It's the perfect companion piece to Roar and Grizzly Man.
Yeah.
In that it really pinpoints that these fucking people that have this weird romanticized idea of these wild animals as being this magical thing and using them for their own sort of like narcissistic reasons, they're all fucking crazy.
Well, they all seem to be like control freaks too.
Yeah.
And if you can control tigers, then you can control people. And I'm sure some kind of psychotherapist could really break these people down. But there is something there because, like, I never wanted to own a tiger.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never wanted to own an exotic animal because.
Or you think about the Grizzly Man guy where he like keeps going back to that nature preserve and thinks he has some sort of magical bond with the animals. And it's like, no, they're wild animals. They're going to eat you. And then they do.
Yeah. It's a way to, like, the one guy, the polygamist guy, it seems more of a way to lure and control people. And and on top of that, he's like a cultish pervert. So the allure of tigers and that lifestyle of his encampment was attractive to that one. I saw the part where they interviewed one lady who escaped the cult.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I was like 17 or 18, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go work with these tigers, and then he said, oh yeah, honey, take off your clothes. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I read some kind of spoiler somewhere that said this was not included in the documentary, but after, I guess, Joe Exotic goes to prison. I didn't get that far.
He does, yeah.
But they show it in the show. He's calling from prison.
Yeah.
So I assume he went to prison. I don't know what for exactly, possibly trying to murder Carol Baskin.
Yes, for hiring someone to murder Carol Baskin.
But they're like, the show went up in his attic, and they found a bunch of weird S&M stuff, and then they found stuffed tigers, not stuffed animal tigers, but like taxidermied tigers with like a fuck hole in the mouth and in the butt.
Oh.
So him and his husbands presumably were doing some